Hello, ladies and gentlemen. James here. I'm making a short video on why so many young people are dying. How is music is an influence, and what it would start off to be. Here's the history on music, but it's going to be a couple short video. But I want to do another series on this, but it's going to lead to, where the origins of the music. And how it plays in different arenas. And because you always have to understand how it influenced today, how music can change the atmosphere. And it goes back to the prehistorical times, and times in Europe. But I'll be glancing on make a longer video, but this is going to be a video about it. But just to give you a short-term video, it plays up to, we come back to years later, we come to this. And this was a video back in the late 80s called Self-Destruction. And this was going on. This what me trying to get to the younger youth back at this generation. And this was the now come back. Look what's going on today.
Murder business. NBA Youngboy is one of the biggest artists in the game, and he's also one of the wildest. The rapper has been in and out of the legal system more times than almost any rapper, yet he still manages to keep his position in the game. In this bar, he's referring to an incident where he and three of his NBA goons pulled up on members of TBG who he thought murdered his cousin Boozilla. The beef between NBA and TBG, or Top Boy Gorillas, goes way back. We're talking before the rapper was even famous. When he was in middle school, Youngboy used to be cool with the younger brother of a local Baton Rouge rapper named G Money, who was affiliated with TBG. At first, Youngboy was cool with G Money and also repped TBG, but their relationship would eventually turn sour after G Money slept with Youngboy's sister.
The reason why I stop it is I'm showing, making an example out of this video, is because a lot of these young men, 18 to 25, are not going to live to see a long life. That my generation that came out with this video was trying to warn this generation from two generations that you're not going to live to see. A lot of these guys are in their 40s and 50s that made this video, and unfortunately a lot of these young people are not going to make it to see. And it's so sad because they're shooting at each other over some mindless stuff. And just like the video started out saying, self-destruction, that's where they really lead to self-destruction. They lose their life at 18, 19, 20, 21. And it's sad. It's something that got to be addressed. I hope this is fair use. With hope it's not no copyright strike, but I just want to show you that basically that's what the song is. You headed for self-destruction, and this is very things that the music and the lyrics is bringing out something in people that, and I'm going to go over the history how music is so powerful and give you data, and you have to be careful, even though it's a form of art, it's a form of, people understand where you come from. It started out political. Rap music started out really political, understanding the way to come out the impoverished condition. And it was, and it's basically, that's what it was, because there was a lot of things going on, reality, and young people had a way of expressing themselves. And it was started out right, but somewhere in between, something demonic took over rap, and it caused, like you see from now on this page, just 250 rappers have died in 2021. And here's one channel that saying that the rap lyrics that will really happen. So whatever you put in your music, you become. That's why you see people like, I don't understand how they lose their life at a young age. They put it in the music. And a lot of these rappers, like this one said, sold their souls before the devil. So the death came. And I'm going to be covering the history. And I said it goes back, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear about it. You know, that really the church should have been on it. They should have told young people. And that's why it's so powerful. Like, you know, that's why even in the church, the enemy has took over the church. The devil has took over the church, basically. And what happens is that he's using these young people. He's costing them their life. That's why they're losing their life. Really, that's the reason why you're seeing so many young men, you know, making music, but what they put in the music with guns, you know, guns and money, is antagonizing. And then you smoking a substance, so that makes people act out with the substance, that when they see somebody over envies, a spirit of envy and jealousy takes on, and they go out and they murder and they kill. And this is spiritual. And death wait and took down some of these young men. Some of these young men died of other things, and they didn't all die of gunshots, but some of, I say about, and it was said out of 3 or 4 people, some had natural causes, and the other ones had, you know, died in accident. But some overdosed. The majority got shot and this is serious. So whatever you put in your music, whatever is going out in the atmosphere, and it's taking young lives. So you take a lot of young lives. You know, a lot of the young black men and young women and younger are losing their life over these lyrics. They losing their life over, and people in the community want the violence to stop, but it's something that what the young people are they listen to. And so when they're trying to be rebellious and be young in their own thing, they self-destructing. So what self-destruction has played it over. And I'm not trying to be lame or square, but this is why you're seeing so much death. Because what it comes down to, and I'll give a longer history of it, because I only got 15 minutes on this video, but it explains why these young men, they're not even making the age to see people, again, who's 30, 40, 50 years old, and they're not even going, even when they do have children in their 20s or late teens or 20s, they're not even going to live to see their kids go to school, because they're trying to be that OG in the streets, and trying to represent what? You know what I'm saying? Represent death. That's what you call, that's what your life is going to lead. And it's sad that the babies of these young rappers, then some of them never going to know who their father and their mother is. Because you're trying to be an OG, trying to be part of some street gang or something like that. That's dissing another grown, you know, street gang over something is petty, man. And throughout all the United States, all the cities, all these young black men and black women are losing their life. So you have to, it's not, you can't blame everything on the police. You can't blame this on the police, or really technically white supremacy, because your own supremacy street supremacy has literally cost more lives. This is the truth. And this, as I'm looking, as I'm trying not to get it, but just, rap lyrics, this is, just listen to yourself. Whatever you put out there, death comes for you. And that's why you're seeing some of these rappers who are young that never was supposed to leave this world at this age. They was not supposed to leave. They leaving it because what they put in the music. And I know this ain't gonna be a popular video, but it's a reality. That's why. And some of those OGs are trying to tell you, hey, calm down this stuff. But that's why a lot of mothers and sisters and girlfriends is crying. It's because what you introduce and trying to say that this is part of the black culture. This is what it is. This is what you're saying now, that this is part of the black culture. So the black culture, this part of today's black culture, is leading to destruction. And these young people are not going to live. That's what's really sad, that they're leaving out at a younger age. These guys can't even be, they're in their 20s, 18s. But this is what it comes down to. They leaving at an early age. And even though it started as art in its form, but they literally have sold their soul in some cases to the devil. Some of them, the music of today, flashing guns. Look at this. So that antagonize somebody to fight someone and shoot somebody. So how is this proud to be a black culture? How are you going to last being the young black men, young black women? And then you replace it with the NIGGA. You don't want to be a young black man. You want to be a NIGGA. Is this black culture? I'm just saying. That's going around, and it's not everybody wants to come down with NIGGA. Really? So you're gonna take your own life off the earth over something? And I understand, because even back then, in the 80s and 90s and 70s, 80s and 90s and 60s, yeah, there's always been poverty, but it was not about taking yourself out and taking another man out over some territory you don't even own. And the reason why the government and the local officials don't care, because you too busy running around being an NIGGA, and so they just take it as like it's self-destruction. This is why a lot of young middle-aged mothers and mothers, millennial mothers and Gen X mothers and mothers before grandmothers are crying because of what they put in the music. It's the truth. That's what's coming down. And it was not supposed to be like that. It was not from this generation. This generation was trying to get to, but somewhere along the line, some people, there was a demonic force, because this generation was trying to saw the destruction was coming. It was trying to put it in a song to get it out, to let people know, like, hey, self-destruction. But unfortunately, that got drowned out. And now you see all the lives that are lost of today. The rappers of today, they not even living. Majority of them are gone. And you know who's going to get all that money from the street dudes waving the guns and flashing the money in the video and shooting at each other, killing each other? The record companies. And your babies won't, the babies, their kids or their girl and their mama and whatever, someone ain't gonna get that money. So you basically acting out for that fast money, but it's in a selfish percent. You're being self-centered because you won't be able to be mature enough to watch your own children.